Just a Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Just a Podcast. This is episode 3, and this is going to be a good one, I promise in advance. Trey, you have anything to add to that?
Don't listen to Joshua. He doesn't know anything about quality. Look at our channel.
Don't listen to... Alright, so we're going to kick it off with our first segment. We're going to do the articles. As always, we gave ourselves code words. Both of us said Pennsylvania, so we had to go into a backup code word. Trey's was...
bricks.
Yeah, and mine was 3-year-old, so... I don't think...
I'm glad those aren't related.
Yeah, I don't think we have the same article. Trey, did you want to go first, or did you want me to?
I'm going to go first because my phone's about to die.
That's fair.
And it's on my phone. So, if you are ready, because
yeah, go for it,
dude. Pennsylvania woman says God told her to throw bricks at white men.
That's good.
Always the best part is the headline. Upon her arrest Monday, Jasmine Fox, 31 of Pittsburgh, told cops she was carrying out a prophecy from God, urging her to attack white men with bricks. Mm-hmm. For the record, she's not aging very well. White woman. Once again, you can take a picture. You can look at a picture of her in the
in the
description.
Show notes.
The woman in Western Pennsylvania arrested for allegedly throwing bricks at a man's car. To her, it was a prophecy from God that commanded her to throw bricks at white men. To police in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, it was simply a crime.
That's good.
According to KDKA-TV, suspect Jasmine Fox, 31, is accused of throwing bricks at a man's car Monday morning. The motorist told police he caught Fox throwing bricks at his car and chased her into an abandoned Roman Catholic school.
All right.
Sure
Looks
enough.
like she was Roman Catholic.
Sure enough, police found Fox, who was homeless, hiding in the school's locker room. Upon her arrest, Fox allegedly told cops she was carrying out a prophecy from God, urging her to attack white men with bricks. So,
yeah, we're going to stop here for a second.
Let's stop here and digest that for a little while.
Yeah, okay, so a homeless white woman hears from God to throw bricks at white men.
I don't know if white women were targeted or if it was solely white men, because definitely white seems to be playing into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know if the gender was also very important, or if it was just a man that she first saw.
Homeless, living in a Roman Catholic church.
School.
Yeah. Is it abandoned or is it...
It's a completely abandoned, and she lives in the locker room, apparently.
That's good. Why locker room? I feel like there's janitor's closet has more insulation, less windows.
I feel like you could sleep in a classroom. Fuck.
Yeah, classroom,
sit on the desk.
Yeah, that should be well enough.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I guess there's showers in the locker room, but if it's abandoned, it doesn't work.
Right.
So,
you would think.
Well, I mean, unless they left the water on.
It's got good acoustics. You could probably record a podcast in there.
Welcome to Throw Bricks at White Men Monthly. Today we hit John Curtis of Pensacola, Florida, coming to visit his family here in Philadelphia. Took a Mason's 72 straight to the side of the cheekbone. Screamed in agony, ran away. Before I forget, I should probably update you guys on the time that we accidentally hit a black man. I want to reiterate to God that was an accident. He was a little light-skinned. I thought maybe
in the shadows. I just didn't really make the connection there.
He was wearing a polo. I was like, why would a brother be wearing that? So I tossed a brick at him.
What a good woman, I think, for God.
Yeah, no, I mean, God's apparently quite happy with her. The male motorist, who was the apparent target of this alleged biblical wrath, was not identified in the story. There was no immediate information on his injuries, if any. Meanwhile, Fox faces charges of propulsion of missiles.
What an exaggeratory phrase.
Criminal mischief. That says about right. And defiant trespassing.
Can we talk about
defiantly trespassing?
Hold on. Let's talk about propulsion of missiles again.
she unloads the brick payload
Yeah, I know what they mean, right? But wow, what a phrase to really really
hammer it home, huh?
Yeah, well, that's by naming it that phrase, you're walking into the courtroom, walking up to justice, the blind woman holding the scale, and putting just a little bit more on the side of the law instead of the side of the woman, right? Like, you're just like, she didn't throw a brick, Your Honor. She threw a missile.
She propelled a missile.
By my law, this is considered a missile. Let's all think about that. What did Obama orchestrate the firing of in the Middle East? Missiles. Now, what did this woman throw at this man? Missiles.
Missiles.
Is there a difference? By law? No.
Yeah, straight up threw a missile at his car window. God, can you believe this woman has the audacity to say God told her to throw missiles at white men?
That is quite a phrase. That phrase is meant for her to go to jail.
Yeah, but to be fair, you want them to write a law specifically against throwing bricks?
No, but I would just think
the propulsion of masonry.
I would just think propulsion of or just like assault by airborne item or something like that.
Yeah.
Object.
Yeah,
something to that effect. Missile just seems a little bit a little far fetched.
I was not aware you could be charged with propelling a missile. I've been firing fireworks without a problem, and apparently I don't want them to catch. I guess if they do catch me, you know what's crazy to me is I wonder if she's gonna plea like religious freedom.
You know what's crazy to me is I wonder when she's gonna plea insanity.
Yeah, I hope it. Apparently, the preliminary hearing is set for May 17th. If I see any update on this story, it's coming on the show immediately.
No, we're gonna follow up with that ASAP, Rocky.
Yeah. So this is from this is from Pennsylvania Live, updated on May 9th. Apparently, I don't know what the update was.
Yeah, you could find that in the show notes as per the usual.
The usual, as we say in the biz.
Biz, as we say in the biz. All right, we ready for my article?
The bee's knees, as we say in the bee nest.
It is a little bit of a doozy.
A little bit of it. Well, that's what I signed up for. Propel that missile at me real quick, Johnny.
All right, you ready for this this killer of a headline?
Yeah. Oh my God, please.
Neo-Nazi, who officially changed his name, says, "I'm the new Hitler."
What does that have to do with 3-year-olds?
You'll see.
Oh my God, we didn't even get to the baby in this story yet. Okay, so his name is New Hitler.
Well, that's not his name. That was a quote from him. Just I'm the new Hitler. A Pennsylvania resident with a penchant for naming his children after Nazi figures has officially changed his surname to Hitler. As of Monday, the man formerly known as Isidore Heath Campbell can now legally identify himself as Isidore Heath Hitler, an expression of his admiration for the Nazi leader who was responsible for the execution of 6 million Jews and other undesirables. Undesirables in quotes to Huffington Post. All right, it's great. My driver's license is changed over, my insurance, my registration, all that I need is changed over. Hitler told mycentraljersey.com. I'm the new Hitler. In March, a Superior Court judge in Hunterdon County, New Jersey, approved Hitler's name change request, which he filed on Valentine's Day. The change took effect on May 8th. Which was VE Day, Victory in Europe Day, marking Germany's surrender in 1945. Hitler's initials are now IHH, which he says represents I Hail Hitler. The tattooed neo-Nazi, who now lives in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, I've been through there, so I can't believe I've been in the same city as this man.
Oh. You almost met Hitler.
I should have met Hitler and kicked him in the balls.
Whoa.
Stepped into the news spotlight in 2008 when a New Jersey market refused to put his then 3-year-old son's name, Adolf Hitler, onto a birthday cake. That was the 3-year-old tag. I think people need to take their heads out of the cloud they've been in and start focusing on the future, not the past, Hitler, a former resident of Holland Township, said. He has 9 children with at least 4 mothers, but now has custody over none of them. New Jersey authorities stripped Hitler of his parental rights for 3 of his children in 2009 after accusations of domestic violence in a determination that he did not have the psychological capacity to care for the children. Wow, I did not expect that.
Wow, that's shocking news. Did you guys know Hitler shouldn't be caring for children?
Oh, this next paragraph really put the nail in the coffin with the lawyers, I can imagine. He again aroused the attention of the media in 2013 when he showed up at a visitation rights hearing wearing a full Nazi uniform.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
The names of Hitler's other children include Jocelyn Aryan Nations, Hanslin Himmler Genie, and Hans Heinrich. The latter two are apparent nods to the infamous Nazi Party leader Heinrich Himmler. Hitler was featured in the 2014 Showtime documentary Meet the Hitlers about people who are named after the German leader or had their names changed to Hitler.
Wait.
Yeah, there's a Showtime documentary about this.
There's enough people
Yeah.
who changed their name to Hitler
Oh, yeah.
that they could have a documentary about it.
Do you think in 60, 70 years from now,
Yeah.
there's going to be a resurgence of people naming their names to, like, Obama?
I don't think he has the same stance as Hitler does. I feel like... Did you ever hear about that moron who changed his name to his full name was like Superman faster than the Flash, the Hulk, Wolverine, and Spider-Man combined?
No.
I remember reading that article. I wish maybe it'll be a fun, maybe it won't. But I remember halfway through it goes, after he went through with the changing of his legal name, his grandmother, who was his legal guardian, disowned him.
It's so funny how, and I understand why they do it. Like, it's not a fault to the news, but it's so funny how they'll drop these like little things in there. It's like there could be an entire story written just about that one line.
You're right.
And you're just gonna drop that in there, like his grandmother disowned him. Why? I mean, I know it kind of speaks for himself, but did she have like something that against?
Exterior, you know?
Yeah. So let's just really, really think about this for a second. First of all, neo-Nazis.
Neo-Nazis are like the weirdest ideas I've ever heard of, because it's like literally they have no unique ideas or unique presence. They're like, we're Nazis, but new.
Yeah, we're the new Nazis.
Yeah.
Shit.
Neo.
Neo-Nazis.
You guys ever seen The Matrix?
We're like that guy, but a Nazi. Was that Lawrence Fishburne?
No.
Which one was Lawrence Fishburne?
Lawrence Fishburne played
Don't tell me, I know this.
Okay.
No, Keanu Reeves was Neo.
Keanu Reeves was Neo, yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne was
You can take the red pill.
Yeah, Morpheus?
Yeah, Morpheus.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, who always, to me, sounds like an off-brand Transformers movie. One of those, like, mockbusters. It's like, Morpheus, vehicles in disguise.
Vehicles hiding.
It's like the Beijing knockout.
Yeah. But, yeah, so neo-Nazis. Neo-Morpheus.
He'd make a good neo-Nazi if he wasn't black, Lawrence Fishburne. He's bald.
Do you think they have black neo-Nazis? Wait, hold on. Do you think neo-Nazis have the capacity to put aside their differences and say, wait a minute, he's black, but he loves Hitler?
Yeah. Well, I do know that there was...
This is a great question.
I do know that there have been multiple times. Now, this might sound silly because it's not like a news thing or something I can prove, but I know that I have talked to people like online, because I'll occasionally go on 4chan, and I've seen people specifically say, like, on poll, like, I don't care if they're black as long as they understand they all just belong in Africa. And it's like, yeah. So it's like black nationalists that want to, like, own all of Africa and kick all the white people out. They're like, that's fine. Well, as long as we can kick all the black people out in Africa. So they seem to be a coalition between black and white nationalists as long as they can separate.
This is that okay, well, first of all.
Yeah, right? What do you say to that?
Wow.
It's like, you know, I disagree with both of you.
Yeah. But okay. So let's... Wow, there's a lot to talk about in this discussion here.
Yeah.
All right. So, first of all, let's just be together, man.
Right?
Like, I understand, like you sit in your community, I'll sit in mine, but there shouldn't be any issue with us having to integrate at any point in time.
I agree.
And the only reason, like obviously the community thing is a natural separation. It's such a natural separation because you want to live with the people you are most like, and I don't think there's anything faulty
or your
about
family,
that. Or your
and
your family. Yeah. But I'm talking about as far as a like a whole neighborhood goes.
Well, right. So I think what happens is, I mean, obviously there is products of slavery in that because black neighborhoods began to exist because they were given chunks of land in reparation that were. I won't talk like I'm an expert on this because I'm not, but I know that this is part of the reason anyway. So, and then they remained poor in these areas, didn't have the money to move out, and then this is what happened to them. But still, even when you have places that are trying to force integration, like you have neighborhoods that'll lower property values to try to get a forced diversity, it often won't happen because black people don't want to live in a majority white neighborhood, and oftentimes white people don't want to live in a majority black neighborhood because they're afraid of being different around other people. You know what I mean?
And like, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to be around people more like you.
Not 100%.
If you hate them, yeah. But
if
you're just like, I would prefer, I am a black family, and I would prefer to raise my kids and to be in a neighborhood surrounded by other black families. I think there's zero problem with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think the issue comes into whenever you say, I don't want them to go to school with white people or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking, when you go home, and you're in your community, you want to ideally be around people that make you comfortable.
I don't know, man.
And personally, I don't care.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't care as long as like my neighbors aren't terrible people.
Yeah, I don't
as long
care
as they're
what
not
skin
like
color they have.
as long as they're not like beating their children or their dogs or setting fire to my lawn. I don't care, right? Right? But like I can understand.
Fire to the lawn. That was the line. It was like, you beat your children somewhere else, but if you set fire to my lawn.
But you can't set fire to my lawn somewhere else.
No. 100%. Yeah, I understand.
So personally, I don't care, but I don't think there's anything wrong with people who do care as long as they're not on the extreme side. But that's with everything.
Right. As long as they're not like kick them out of the country, don't let them.
Right.
Or, like, force them not to be able to.
Yeah. As long as they're not like, oh, I'm leaving my neighborhood because this white family moved in, or vice versa.
Yeah. I agree with that, but anyway, when it comes to this nationalist idea, though, what's so crazy to me is I saw this the other day, sort of a juxtaposition image, between two ideas, and one was a quote from Martin Luther King Jr. that I might be butchering, but I think I've got it pretty close. It's like, I hope to one day have the sons and daughters of the slaves and the sons and daughters of the slave owners sat together at the table of peace. And it was juxtaposed with, this is why black Harvard students are hosting their own graduation ceremony. Because apparently at Harvard, enough black students felt like it just wasn't right for them to have the same graduation ceremony as the white students, and they went and got a segregated graduation ceremony.
And see, in person,
that's so crazy.
I think that's a little silly.
It's 100% silly. I'll put my political opinion out there.
Because that's
crazy.
That's the opposite of what I was just saying. Like,
right.
Like I was talking about, whenever you go to a professional setting or whenever you go to a social setting, integration is useful.
Yeah.
In every sense of the word. But whenever you retire home for relaxation, there's no problem with being surrounded by like-minded people. Yeah. Or just people physically like you. Yeah. I don't know. But that's, everyone at Harvard, ideally, I mean, I guess I don't go there and I don't really.
Right.
I have a friend who goes to Yale.
Do you?
So that's my claim to fame.
Oh, cool. Was she there during the protests about the Halloween costumes?
Oh, I should ask her.
The other year? Yeah, it was crazy.
No, well, she's she just wrapped up her first year there.
She may not have been there then. That made crazy news. But I guess let's not go into that.
Yeah. But ideally, all those graduates worked equally within their majors.
Yeah.
So ideally, a black English major worked the same as a white English major. And I know there's the obvious response to this is, well, there was a bunch of subliminal
right, microaggressions.
That's exactly what I was looking for. A bunch of microaggressions here that they don't even know that they were doing toward the black students. And
I'm open-minded to that, but
whether or not that's true or not, that's not the conversation here. The conversation here is, as per school policy and as per just observation, these two people had to work the same amount to get there, right? And once again, just as I know that it's another counter argument, is a lot of the black families are more likely to come from low income.
Sure.
Which means they had to work harder to get into Harvard because low
that's
income
possible. Yeah.
is correlated with low education.
Typically.
But that's not what we're talking about. Once you get to Harvard,
right,
from your time beginning to your time ending is what I'm referring to. You work just as hard from the time beginning Harvard to the time ending Harvard. So now you're graduating. Integrate your
stand together.
Yeah, stand together. You guys all were in the class together. You guys were all learning together. You guys can all graduate together. That's my opinion on it.
Right, but yeah, that's pretty much mine.
I'm willing to admit, it's very, very incredibly possible that there were plenty of microaggressions that set them back.
Right, but I would like to see those things instead of hearing. I don't know. I've been really put off of, and I don't want to make this a political podcast at any point, but I've been put off of social justice stuff by a lot of hyperbole. But I will stand by, I think racism exists in America, and I think it's a problem.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think it's as, sometimes I think people overstate it because they're paranoid about that problem. Mm-hmm. But I do think there's a problem. For example, like, you might have some justifications for a couple of the police shootings that took place. A few of them, it's like, this guy had a gun, this guy had this and that. But, if I'm remembering the name correctly, Tamir Rice, I believe he was the 12-year-old, no justification. There's absolutely 100% no justification that I will ever hear that will convince me that that was okay. Stuff like that, I don't know if it was racially motivated, but if it was, it's deplorable and disgusting. And that's pretty much my opinion on racism. I want to see proof that it was racially motivated, but I want it stated that if that proof is found, I am 100% against this person. 1,000%. That's the same problem. I just want that proof. It's the same thing about the Bill Cosby thing.
We're about on the same level. Whereas we're not gonna. We will stand behind you in a second once we see the logical reason that we should.
Right. Which typically all you have to do is present your argument, and then I will.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, so obviously stand behind you in a second so long as we agree with your ideals. But if you're saying, this guy was racist, and
you can prove that?
And you can prove that, I'm 100% against racism. And yes. So this has been a very politically charged segment, huh? Let's loosen it up with a nice commercial break and a new segment from the viewers where they asked us questions in the comments last episode. I'm sorry, what? I don't know what you're saying, Trey. What are you talking? I can't understand a word you're saying. What? Have you ever wanted to talk backwards but was like, how do I talk backwards? Well, now you're never going to have that problem again with the forwards to backwards dictionary. Learn how to say this, like said, amaze your friends, love your neighbors. They won't know you're doing it.
Just a podcast.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoy the ambient rain sound in the background. I'm not sure how much of it will get filtered out in post, but right now, it's pretty ambient.
Dude, it's so ambient, I feel like I should be smoking a pipe, dude. And by pipe, I mean crack cocaine. Let's get into the first questions. Do you guys smoke crack cocaine? Absolutely.
200% yes.
3,000%.
All right, the first question is going to come from we got two people submitting questions. One of them submitted one of them submitted 20.
Yeah. So one of you was an overachiever and needs to get out.
Or maybe the other one was an underachiever. So this first question is going to come from Alex Brown. Taking multiple restaurants into account, which is better, expensive or cheap food? And see, now here's the thing.
Yeah, this is tough. I don't go to a lot of expensive food.
The biggest thing about this, and by expensive food, I'm going to talk about like $12 a meal, right? Like I know it does get more expensive than that.
It's way.
Yeah, but I don't really like frequently eat more expensive than that.
That's true.
So that's where most of my experience is that like the most expensive, like 12 to like maybe 18 tops
per person.
Yeah.
Well, except for we've gone to this place at Myrtle Beach, South Carolina called Rio's.
Oh yeah, Rio's is rad, but that's the only that's probably the most expensive place I've eaten.
Me too.
It's $40 a pop. So.
Yeah, and the thing is, I will go there
Every
Any day. If you ask me, hey, do you want to go to Rio's?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
300%.
Legit, they've got, they'll come by with filet mignon on a skew and be like, would you like filet mignon, sir?
Yeah, they'll come. They have like 12 different meats, and they'll just come by, and as long as you get this like little token that you flip to red or green depending on what you want, or depending if you want food.
Yeah.
So if you have it on green,
yeah,
if you have it on green, they'll just come by your plate and be like, "Would you like this? Would you like this pork rub?" And yes, please rub my pork. You know. And they'll just keep giving you food. The best thing there isn't even the meat, though. The best thing there is the grilled cinnamon pineapple. Did you ever try that?
Oh, yeah.
That is the best thing there.
I like that's slicing it and, like, taking a bite of that with other meat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude.
So, I think there's 2 of them on Earth.
One's in
one's in Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah.
The other one's in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Yeah,
so,
I've only been to the Myrtle Beach one. So
if there are more than that, I haven't heard of it.
Yeah.
So taking all that into account, Rio's is probably the best meat I've ever had in my life. I'm talking like any steaks or anything. That's probably the best place I've gotten it. Would I pay $40 for it? Or like regularly?
Apparently, yes.
Regularly.
Like all the time?
I like to say that I would because it was so good. Realistically,
probably not. I don't think I can afford it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna pretend like I could afford it. The question here is like, first of all, I don't want to like muddy down my experience with Rio's, right? Like I go there like once or twice a year. Just the expense of the meal coupled with the drive essentially makes me only go once or twice a year.
Yeah, because we got to go a little way out of our way to get there.
So I only go once or twice a year, and it's an incredible experience every time I go. If it were here in town, I think
I'd be broke.
I'd either be broke or I'd like purposefully have to stay away from it.
Yeah.
It was very good food, and for the price, if you can eat $40 worth of steaks, absolutely. Because if you could eat $40 worth of steaks, you could eat $60 worth of steaks. It's good, and they've got an incredible salad and sushi bar as well.
Oh yeah, I remember that because it was the first time I ever ate. It's not the first time I ever ate, but it was the quail eggs. They were really good, actually, incredibly good.
I didn't try them.
Quail eggs are great. Have you ever had pickled quail eggs?
Oh, I haven't had them at all.
If you pickle quail eggs with jalapeno peppers, it's like the best thing you'll ever eat in your life. I guess it's a really niche thing to say it's so good, but it's great. My uncle makes them.
Okay, well, so it's very good, but I don't think I can. I also don't think I could always eat $40 worth of steak. Right. I think every time I'm hungry for steak, I do not believe that I will be hungry enough for steak to eat $40 worth of steak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you might as well go to Outback.
Yeah.
Which is a cheaper. I mean, it's still expensive. It's still above your $12 thing, but it's cheaper, way cheaper.
Yeah.
Than Rio.
And you can get a small steak at Outback for about that price.
Right.
A tiny one.
Yeah.
But it's still good. And so yeah, it really just comes down to that. That being said, I don't think I've ever really eaten a fast food burger or anything from like fast food and thought this is incredible and was totally like, worth it for like the way my stomach feels now. I found myself the last few years or last year and a half or so, maybe 2, I found myself eating relatively healthier. And as a result, every time I eat fast food, I feel it like pretty tough. I feel it pretty hard.
Here's the only problem with that, what you're saying, that you've never been blown away by fast food. Here's where I'm about to prove you wrong.
Well, no. I'm not saying I've never been. I may have said I've never been, but I don't stand by I've never been. But it's very, very infrequent. Well, the biggest thing was the Wendy's Sriracha burger.
You ready for the real biggest thing?
Oh, please.
3 syllables, homie. Your favorite place on planet Earth. Taco Bell.
Oh, you know what? Wow.
Joshua will go to Taco Bell. Literally, we'll come home with bags of Taco Bell. Me and Joshua will get those like boxes with like 2 tacos, a burrito, and a chalupa, and we will eat all of it in one setting, and then
you know what?
Will come home and be mad.
Taco Bell has probably been off my radar since that episode of Excite Bike.
Oh my god!
Because
Taco Bell tomorrow.
No, the reason for that is because we got a Taco Bell incredibly close to our home now, and because of that,
you're doing a Rio's. You're trying to avoid it.
I'm trying to avoid it because 1, I don't want to make that experience less, and then 2, I don't want to make my bank account less.
I'll tell you what, we've got to go to Taco Bell, though.
You're right, though. You're right.
Absolutely.
Taco Bell, we'll take a sponsorship.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Tweet Taco Bell. Hey, we talked about you, like, because I'm so happy with that.
Oh yeah, dude, I'll do that.
Okay, so let's give a definitive answer: cheap food or more expensive food? Because I'm gonna say cheap food. Oftentimes, I'm pleasantly surprised by cheap food, and if we're using Rios as expensive food, I have been blown away by more cheap food. I think if you find a nice hometown diner, like a mom and pop place, best thing you'll ever eat in your life.
So what you have to consider here is going to be a couple of things, right? Yeah. You're going to have to consider like the intrinsic value of better, right? Because you then have to consider that is both quality of food, or that is all of the following. That is quality of food. That is going to be the trouble getting to that location. Yeah. That is going to be the ambiance. Yeah. That is also going to be the formalities that come with it. So if you're going to, I know Olive Garden isn't the fanciest place, but if you're going to Olive Garden, they might turn their nose at you a little bit, maybe even a little, like maybe without even realizing it. If you show up in like cargo shorts and a t-shirt, right?
Right.
So like you're not fitting that, and and depending on your personality, too, and depending on your personality. You could feel like that's abrasive. You could feel out of place. Yeah. And not enjoy it. So even though the food is definitively better, you now don't feel as comfortable, right? Yeah. So just stuff like that. That being said, I think I'm going to agree with you on cheap food. Yeah. That is going to be like, going back to better, the best thing for me, my definition of better, something that will make one thing better over the other thing. Convenience.
Oh my God!
For me,
right?
I
you can swing through a Taco Bell drive-through way faster than you can go to like Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh yeah. And not just like because if it were up for me, like right now, I've got like 3 phone chargers. I have one in my room, one at work, and one in a book bag that I've started carrying around with me. Right. And I've just realized like I spend a little bit of extra money to get these extra chargers, but it's so convenient. And then I have a portable charger in there too.
Wow, that's you're not afraid to spend money like that. Whereas for me, like if I own one, like I wouldn't own 2 chargers if I didn't get one as a gift.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like I got one as a gift, like a phone charger as a gift, and now I just take the charge cable with me to the car. That's it.
And I'm not like some people. I'm not gonna spend an exorbitant amount of money. Like there's this one podcast that I listen to called Cortex, and the guy on there has like 5 iPads because he just wants an iPad wherever he goes, and he does not want to have to worry about leaving a charger. He doesn't want to have to worry about forgetting it. He doesn't want to have to worry about anything that inconveniences him. He runs his own business and everything.
Apparently, he doesn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
If you can buy 5 iPads, just go ahead.
And they are like old. He doesn't buy them all 5 at once. He buys like he bought one generation. The next model came out, he bought that. The next model came out, he bought that. The next one came out, he bought that, etc. So
I still kind of look down on people like that, though. I'm not gonna lie. No offense to that guy.
Well, his defense is, and I could see this. His defense is, and I'm sure he makes the money. He does YouTube, so he couple million viewers or subscribers, right? His defense for that is when he wants to, he's basically doing it to make his business better, right? Because he uses these things almost like the whole podcast is actually about him and his weird work habits, right? He's like disabled internet browsers on his stuff to prevent him from like being less productive, right? Like, so he's not using them recreationally. They're all used. Well, I mean, I'm sure he'll re-enable it during, downtime, but they're all used primarily as like as pure productivity machines, right? He doesn't even use a laptop until he's animating. But whenever he's writing scripts, whenever he's doing anything else, he's using his iPads, right? So the way he says it is, if something is coming out that can make my business better, more secure, faster, more efficient, I'm willing to pay the money to do that. Because like I said, he's not using these things recreationally.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying I'm going to ever do that. Yeah. I'm just saying I understand where he's coming from.
I can't. I've said this 1,000 times, and I'm such a stingy guy until it comes to like I will spend money on like one thing.
Yeah.
and that is going to see wrestling shows live. Apparently, I didn't realize that was a thing until I had the money to do it.
Dude, I could have told you that was a thing before you had the money to do it. You said, Joshua, if you had to predict my future, what is the one thing I will
spend exorbitant amounts of money on?
And I would say, probably going to see like live wrestling. And I promise you that would have been my response if you went back in time a year and asked me.
What? Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I'll definitely pay for convenience, you know, never to that extent, unless I was like literally rolling in it.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, I don't know how we got onto that topic, but
I guess we should go to that question. Can you give me 1 through 20? Because I want to just don't
7.
Look. Okay. What's something you like to do but it embarrasses you? You know what? I mean, here's something. I mean, I guess it's not nothing that embarrasses me, but I'm about to just throw you under the bus and watch you defend yourself.
All right.
Joshua, all through high school, apparently, was a super fan of the following television program, My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic.
Yes.
For his birthday, I bought him a Rainbow Dash soda.
He
still hasn't opened.
I haven't opened.
It's a collector's item.
Yeah.
So
the thing is, okay, let me tell you the reason I didn't open that, though. I don't want to be misrepresented here.
It's not because it's a collector's thing?
No.
Oh,
the reason I didn't open it is because if I liked it, I don't know where to get another one.
Oh, I don't remember. Like Spencer's, maybe? I don't remember where I bought it.
And I don't want to have to like it. I don't want to put myself in that position. So it's still
paying for branding only.
I want you to also know that when I decided I was going to give up soda, like 2 years ago, which I've obviously fallen off of. But I'm back on it, kind of.
Yeah, you don't drink soda a lot.
No, I've just learned, like, instead of quitting cold turkey or no longer doing it at all, just moderation, man, just moderation.
100% on anything almost.
Yeah, so including murder.
Murderation.
Murder. But yeah. So when I decided to quit drinking soda, I had my weakness is vanilla Coke, right? Like
there's still one on top of the fridge.
Exactly.
You're like trying to not touch.
No, there's one. No, that vanilla Coke on top of the fridge is 2 years old.
No, it's not.
It is. It is.
You did not bring it from the last house.
I sure did.
What?
That is absolutely. You could look at the can. It is expired now.
What?
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Why did you do that?
Because I said I'm not going to drink it, and this will be the last one, and it's going to remind me, right? And I kept it in a drawer. And then whenever I moved into this place, it was still there, and I was like, well, I don't want to toss it now. And so it's sitting on top of my fridge.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's still there, and it's still the same soda. So your can is not the only it's not the only can I've not drank out of sentimentality.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's honestly quite weird. For me, something I like that embarrasses me. Something I like to do that embarrasses me. You know what? Here's something. This kind of embarrasses me, but only because it's a really niche interest. I like to create. I like to make wrestlers in wrestling games practice the sliders, like pull the CPU logic sliders around. If you guys have ever played a WWE wrestling game, this makes sense. If not, then it sounds really weird. And you're like, what do you mean? Basically, you can control the parameters of how characters act, how long they're going to stay down if they're hit, blah, blah, all these different things. Sorry for that thunder if you guys can hear that. We're really sorry about that. But basically...
Donate to our GoFundMe so we can get a studio and not have to worry about this.
Basically, I like to do that, and then I will simulate literally years of wrestling. and what I started doing just the other day... There's a guy that anybody who's a wrestling fan is familiar with. You may or may, if you're not a wrestling fan, please try it. I love wrestling so much. I will really stand by this for please, everyone in the comment section, sign a petition to get Joshua to watch wrestling with me one time. One time.
I want you to know, this is going to be like the White House petitions. I'll acknowledge it after it reaches 100,000 signatures, but that doesn't mean I'm going to do it.
Look, all I'm saying is we should wager on a random picks. The first random picks we get, we can have a 2-player versus. We should wager you having to watch wrestling with me once, and then just report back on the podcast sometime, because I'm telling you, you will either hate it or love it, and either reaction will be funny.
All right.
Anyway.
All right.
Yeah?
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We'll do that. We'll wager it.
All right, cool. I hope we get Mortal Kombat first, because I can whoop Josh at Mortal Kombat. Any other game, he'll probably beat me, but I'm really good at Mortal Kombat. Anyway.
I hope it's Smash Brothers.
Oh, if it's Smash, it's like a 60-40 chance that he'll win.
I'd say 70-30.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
You win.
I'm not gonna give myself any higher than that, but
sorry about this thunder, guys.
yeah.
But anyway,
it's terrible.
that's something that I've started doing. Last night, I was playing Fire Pro Wrestling Returns on the PS2, which, once again, if you're a wrestling game fan, you know what that game is, and it is incredible. It's so good at simulation. It's fantastic at simulation. And I've started, if you know who Dave Meltzer is, he does a 1 through 5 star rating system on matches quality. And I've decided I'm going to sim my matches, and then as they happen, sort them based on rating, so I have a history of what was the best match and what was the worst match, so that I know if I want, who's main event status and who's low card.
That's pretty embarrassing.
Well, if it's embarrassing, that's fine.
Yeah.
I love it. My dad did it all through my childhood, playing text games like TNM. Once again, if you're familiar with TNM, it's awesome. It's a DOS-based, text-based wrestling simulator. We used to run corporations on. It was a really great time. Just that, I guess that's sort of embarrassing. It's semi-embarrassing because I know that I've always kind of done it, and a lot of people. Once again, it's so weird that people didn't really know I was a wrestling fan until like 2 years ago, probably.
Yeah.
Like, because I was so not into wrestling. Like, wrestling had gotten kind of stupid to me, and I was like, whatever about it. But I would still be playing wrestling games, still simming them, and nobody ever really asked or knew that I was doing that. And then one day I was just like, oh, WrestleMania is coming around this year. Let's watch it. And then from that point on, I haven't stopped watching wrestling for the last 2 years, probably.
Yeah.
Watching it almost weekly.
I haven't stopped hearing about wrestling for the last
Yeah, they're all really sick of it. But I'm telling you what, guys, I will get Josh to watch wrestling one day. Whether it's based with just one show. That's all I'm ever asking for is just one show. And I think that you will be surprised at the interest you have. Either in making fun of it and calling it stupid, that's fine. Because I'll probably agree with you. There are a lot of stupid elements to wrestling that I understand are weird. Like, I'm sure you understand why people might make fun of My Little Pony, for example.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So it's kind of like that.
Okay, so you give me a number now.
Okay, let's go with 12. Morgan makes fun of me because I always go with 12 whenever I'm asked to give a random number.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We're going to each answer one more, or we're each going to give each other one more.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do a rapid response where we each have like 10 seconds to answer.
All right, let's go.
All right?
Yeah.
So I'll answer one more, or I'll answer this one, and then we'll both answer one more, and then do the rapid for the rest of the questions.
So this is for you.
Okay. The question is, what were your favorite things as children, and do you still enjoy those things now?
This is just for you?
No. We'll both answer it.
Oh,
But we're just going to give each other the prompt. My favorite thing as a children was...
My favorite thing is the children.
Okay, my favorite thing from when I was a child... It was probably, it really just depends on what phase of being a child I was.
Absolutely.
For a good portion of it was Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, yeah. I loved Yu-Gi-Oh!
So that's probably what my answer will be, because that's probably the most consistent thing I had throughout my childhood that I could think of. Video games is always there, but you already know the answer to that. That's a boring answer.
Yeah.
Yes. Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was super rad. I got in... just before GX started, actually. I was a little bit of a late bloomer when it came to Yu-Gi-Oh! Mm-hmm. So I actually didn't watch a lot of the original anime.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Trey didn't know that, I don't think.
No, because I watched all the original series when I was younger.
I caught up on it retrospectively, but I didn't get too far. But I've always enjoyed it. Like, I've never not liked it. It's just kind of been something I have never had time to watch. We've got... Trey and I recently started getting back into it, and it slowed down pretty tremendously now that I think about it.
We need to start playing some more, though.
Yeah. We recently started picking it back up, building decks and what have you. We've been getting back into it. So, yeah, that's my answer, Yu-Gi-Oh! Are you going to give the same answer?
I'm sorry.
What?
As a kid, I was really into wrestling. And it stopped. I really stopped watching it like around 2010. You guys remember that year is the great year that Sheamus won the world title. Whose idea was that?
Mine.
Somebody fucking stupid. Who put the world title on Sheamus? I hope you quit booking. I hope you quit booking, and I hope you shot yourself in the head. Sorry, Sheamus. You're cool now in a tag team, but before that, you really blew really hardcore, and you were not good. You were just not good. And whoever's idea was like, the pale redhead? Put the title on him. Let him beat John Cena. Then put it on Alberto Del Rio, Jack Swagger, and Christian. Fucking mid-card mania all over the place.
Oh my god, shut up.
Anyway, so I quit watching it at that point. But now I'm back into it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good answer.
You're really not happy. Looks like he's got the worst headache you've ever seen. All right.
18.
Rapid
No.
fire. Oh.
We're gonna do one more each, and then.
Oh, 18. Well,
Yeah.
Guy versus Guy happen on the channel. Also, if so, can we have a cool scoreboard with a grand prize for the guy with the most wins?
Yeah. Okay.
Fun.
So Guy versus Guy. This was this is actually some nice behind the scenes stuff that I'd like to talk about.
Okay. Yeah. Lay it on. Me.
So Guy, you know this already.
Well, yeah, of course, but I'm saying.
So a good friend of mine was gonna start a channel.
Yeah.
And not only was he gonna start a channel, but he was gonna start a channel with a bunch of other people, and a bunch of people in my extended friend group were gonna all start channels. So we were gonna take our first step into channel networking.
Yeah.
And we were gonna be adopted under a parent channel, which we were still gonna have creative liberties and whatnot. But it was just basically, it was gonna just create this web of these local channels around in our location, and basically we would have one video a week on the parent channel. So we could send people there to watch this cool video. They can send people to us after they watch our cool video on that channel, and they can see more of us.
Right.
Guy versus Guy has been in the works for that. That plan has pretty much fallen through unofficially.
I mean, if it comes back, you'll see it. But
If it comes back, you'll see it. But
Yeah.
I really want to do Guy versus Guy. Right now, the biggest issue with it is finding a time slot.
Absolutely.
Trey and I cannot handle releasing a video every single day.
No, we know that because we both work 5 or 6 days a week.
Yeah, and then once our school starts back up, now we only have one more year, but once it starts back up, that's just gonna clog our schedules even more. Mm-hmm. So we cannot handle uploading 7 days a week. Right now we're uploading 6 days a week.
And that's tough enough.
Yeah, and that's
it's
tough
really
enough.
rough.
So the biggest issue with Guy versus Guy is we don't want to take random picks from anybody.
Right.
And we don't want to take a Monday, Wednesday, Friday from anybody because those are meant to be long experiences.
Yeah, they're meant to be. You start this playlist and you go. Yeah.
So we don't want to stagger that out unless we absolutely have to.
Yeah.
So the biggest issue right now is trying to find a place for Guy versus Guy. We can't handle adding another video to make it 7 a week right now.
Right.
Because Guy versus Guy, we actually have our idea for Guy versus Guy. We might have to scale it down. Is very ambitious at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything, but it's gonna have live action segments in it.
Right.
It's gonna have a lot. That's
Yeah.
why it was planned as a one video a week kind of deal. So it's gonna be very ambitious, and it's not something we can do right now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yes, Guy versus Guy is gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be at some point. Hopefully, I guess I shouldn't engage myself to that idea.
To be fair, we just scheduled the first, I guess, official Guy versus Guy thing about the wrestling and all that. So if we get a random pick that's 2-player versus, that's pretty much what it's gonna be. You'll see.
It'll
see
still
the
probably
idea.
it'll still probably be marketed as a random picks,
right?
But, so you're not gonna see any of the ambitious stuff,
right?
But you are gonna get some guy on guy action.
Which is what we made. We were just gonna call it Guy on Guy, actually, weren't we?
Yeah. So that's the story behind that. Is we were just waiting for those plans to go through, waiting for the launch of like 10 channels. And it just some of those guys have launched and some of those guys haven't. It's just been a really weird scenario. You'll probably see 1 or 2 of them as a guest interview on the podcast.
Yeah, why not? Because like we've talked about doing guest interviews in this section, and we know a lot of guys that do a lot of really cool stuff. That deserves some highlighting, and as much highlighting as we can give them. You know what I mean?
So yeah, that's the answer to that. I would love it to be a thing, but realistically, it probably won't be a thing until we can, unless we ever start doing Just You Guys full time, or unless we drop another series.
Yeah,
and that would have to be it.
Random picks.
Yeah, basically we'd have to drop random picks. You get 4 videos a week plus the podcast. 3 of those being Just Two Guys series, and 1 of those being Guy on Guy.
Right.
And that's what's gonna have to happen.
Yeah.
You're gonna miss a day of uploads, or we'll have to figure that out.
Right.
But that's what's gonna happen there, because that's the only way we could feasibly make it happen, if we can make it happen anytime within the next year and a half.
Right. Okay. So let's.
Yeah. Give me one more.
So
number.
rapid fire.
No, one more number for me.
Oh, okay. Give me. Sorry. 11.
11. What's something you wish you can go do together? Guy on guy?
Yeah.
Action? Yeah. No. Probably I'd like to just
I want to go on a road trip with you.
Yeah, a road trip would be cool. I'd like to go. Trey and I have gone to a couple concerts together.
Yeah.
I'd like to. Times were much more simple back then. That's
Make
not
it sound like it's really rough right now.
No, it's not rough, but it's just like
Busy.
We didn't have bills to pay or anything. Didn't really have jobs where we worked every single day, or one of us were working every single day. It was more like a 3-day week gig for our jobs. Yeah, so it's really easy to wiggle out of it and plan some time to run away. So as it stands right now, it's very, very difficult. But I'd love to just like say, hey, there's a concert going on in Wilmington right now. You wanna go and us hop in our cars and drive for a few hours and just hang out again.
I honestly sometimes think that it's good to just be like alone with me and you, because I'm not to complain about being with other people, but what I mean is that like I really fondly remember a trip that me and Joshua took up to North Carolina to see like my favorite band in the world, the Mountain Goats, and we went up north to see them and spent probably 4 or 5 hours driving and listening to like songs from My Little Pony and La Vie Boheme from Rent on like repeat for 5 hours, and just I remember screaming the lyrics to La Vie Boheme. I remember passing a lake that was called like Dorpo or something.
Yeah.
Something stupid like that. Darpo. And then we were like, I like Darpo, and like just doing that voice for like an hour.
It was like Darpo.
Yeah,
it was good.
I
think it's very healthy for people to just
go
spend some time with friends too. Just go grab a friend, your significant other as well. I'm not just saying friends. I'm saying grab somebody you care about and just pick a direction and go. And I know as you get older that becomes more and more unrealistic.
That's why I'm doing it now.
And as you get older and as you pick up more responsibilities.
But that's why I do that kind of thing now. That's why me and my significant other. That's why we go to all these shows and stuff. Like we're planning a trip to a wrestling show in Massachusetts. And why would we do that? Like, when could we ever get the chance to do that when we start working full time all the time? Like, it's like I'm not gonna be able to do it. And right now, it's even gonna be tough because we're gonna have to record like a week ahead of time for just you guys. And
I'll be in Germany in that time.
We're gonna have to record a month ahead of time.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of.
Oh, we have to start recording a lot. But either way, we're about to that's what we're up to at the moment. So that's the type of stuff that we want to try to get involved with constantly and consistently. Is let's go out and just do stuff and just do stuff and just do stuff.
Yeah. So now we're gonna go rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
So I'm just gonna ask a question. You answer it, then I'll answer it. Okay. All
right. Yeah.
And then it's gonna wrap up the show. All right, guys.
Ready, set, go.
What's your opinion on murder?
Self-defense is okay.
Bad. All bad.
Oh, okay.
I agree. I disagree with myself. What's your favorite thing to do other than entertain us with your lovely selves?
Play RPGs, sim wrestling.
Video games, and I found myself a workaholic may be an exaggeration, but I found myself just enjoying always having something to be busy with. So I do stuff to be busy.
I hate being busy.
If you could have your favorite milkshake whenever you wanted, but eliminated all other milkshakes, what would you choose as your favorite milkshake?
Oh, God, that's a little bit of a thinker question.
Yeah, isn't it?
Cookout makes a lot of great milkshakes. Probably one that they make, like their peanut butter one.
I just wouldn't
milkshake.
I just wouldn't choose.
Oh, you would refuse?
Yeah, I would refuse to do the prompt.
Okay.
What's something silly you thought as a kid, and I mean really silly? None of this kissing makes you pregnant malarkey.
I have no idea.
Okay,
I really have no idea.
I always thought that it was impossible for a giant ant to exist. Do you guys think it would still be good friends if you met when you were younger? Nah.
Really?
Nah.
Why not?
Because if we met when we were younger, we wouldn't have. I mean, if we became good friends when we were younger, yes. But to us to be at the same point we are right now, we would have had to have been friends, stayed consistently friends, gone to the same school. But I think the beauty of our relationship is it happened so suddenly. It happened so like. It happened so suddenly and so sporadically. Neither of us expected it. We just kind of said hi to each other, friended each other on Facebook, and all of a sudden we're driving to North Carolina.
Went to a hotel room literally a week later and ate pineapple pizza and played Popeye on the NES.
Yeah. So that's my answer. What do you think?
I think we would have. We were relatively similar.
That's fair.
Kids. I mean, we would have at least like played.
I wouldn't have played wrestling with you.
You wouldn't have?
I wouldn't have been whipped by thorny vines with.
No, I didn't do that very often. It really wasn't very often. But it still
happened.
Yeah,
like I don't kill people often, but
it still happened. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. All right. What's your favorite video game?
Right now, Chrono Cross.
Right now, probably. Well, I'm gonna say my favorite game of all time. Probably Thousand Year Door. I've kind of decided that. Decided I'm gonna call Thousand Year Door my favorite.
All time.
Favorite right now is probably gonna be Breath of the Wild.
Favorite right now, Chrono Cross. Favorite of all time. Oh my god. Christ on a bike. That stuff. Final Fantasy IX, Legend of Dragoon, maybe.
Okay. What's your favorite kind of chocolate? Then least favorite. Here are the options: filled with nuts, milk, white, dark, salty. What's your favorite?
Okay. Milk chocolate? Just
okay.
Milk chocolate
Least
with
favorite.
Almonds. Least favorite?
Yeah.
Like those chocolates that are spicy.
Okay, cool.
You ever tried those? They're really
they're
not
very good. I love them. Ice cream that was really spicy. It was so good. Chocolate ice cream.
It sounds like a fun idea, but like to me, it's just like it just don't blend very well.
Mine is dark is my favorite. White is my least.
Wow. That typically.
What is something you consider? Wait. What is something you'll absolutely not do that? Wait. Hold on. What is something you absolutely will not do that others might consider petty or dumb? I don't ever want to. Huh?
I see what she's asking. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't ever want to take a brand deal if we ever get to that point of something that I don't believe in.
I agree.
If it's somebody like if Ford comes to me and says, "Hey, advertise Ford cars," I've never driven a Ford car in my life.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
I drive a Chevy. I wouldn't do it. Yeah, it seems a bit weird.
So
I'll drive a Chevy now too. Ford.
If you're giving me a free Ford and I liked it, then I'll do it.
I have a sellout point. I have a sellout point.
I'm sure I have a sellout point, but I don't. I don't want to,
yeah.
And so that's something. What's yours?
Never do, even though it's petty or dumb. I'm having a lot of arguments with my girlfriend about buying decorations. I really don't want to buy decorations. I don't understand the point of decorations.
Oh, there's so many good points of decorations, but that's a conversation for another day.
They're such a waste of money.
Nah, dude.
I can understand.
It makes you feel good on the inside.
It doesn't make me feel good at all.
I like looking around my desk and seeing all the like personality I have in that area, and just knowing that like, oh, what can I put here when I get bored of seeing this? What can I put here? It just looks better than a blank wall. But
I like looking at a full bank account.
We're on. Well, you're not gonna get a full bank account driving up to Massachusetts.
Let me tell you something about Massachusetts. It's got cool stuff in it.
All right, froyo, ice cream, or sherbet?
Sherbet.
I think I'm gonna say froyo right now, just because I've been really wanting some sweet frog lately, and I had some last night, and I still want some. What's something you would? What's your favorite? What's something? Those were two questions we already read. What's something everyone seems to enjoy that you don't? Wrestling.
No, everyone does not seem to enjoy wrestling. No, that's a niche.
Everyone
that's
at
so
work
niche.
keeps talking about wrestling.
No way.
Yeah, way.
Please introduce me to these people.
Never. All right, what's yours?
No way. No way.
I'm not gonna tell you who at work. What's your answer?
Oh my god, tell me after.
No.
Please. Oh my god. I would something that everyone seems to enjoy that I don't. Walking Dead.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
answer.
Walking Dead.
It's a good show. What's something that you enjoy but no one else? Wait.
Wrestling.
I'm sorry. Something that you enjoy but no one else. Oh, okay.
The opposite.
It's the opposite.
Wrestling.
Something I enjoy that no one else seems to.
Wrestling. I swear to God, I've never heard anyone else talk about it. You've got to let me know.
I can't think of one right now.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm positive there is one there. I just can't think of one. What's your favorite thing about making videos? I like seeing something turn from a bunch of raw files into a beautiful video, into like a high quality video with decent sound, except when it's storming outside. And
wow, I'm sorry. It's only decent normally. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. I try my hardest. Don't worry about it.
No. It's way better than if I were doing it.
My favorite thing about making videos, honestly, I just need an excuse to hang out with Joshua.
That's fair.
100%. If I were to do it with anyone else, I wouldn't keep up with it as much. I know that because I tried doing it by myself, and it's like I don't care. I just don't care.
What's something that you enjoy? Wait, hold on. What are your plans this week? Work. Always work.
Yeah, pretty much always work. I don't work tomorrow, but I work the next day, and then the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day.
I am on this 1 day a week off grind right now.
Me too.
And it's terrible.
I hate it. And then the day we have off, we record.
Yep. What's something? Wait, tea, coffee, or cocoa?
Tea.
Yeah, it depends on my mood. I really enjoy all of the above. Right now I'm on a. Right now, I'd say I'm on coffee. But I go back and forth. But however, anytime you put a mug of hot cocoa in front of me, I will drink it all in one.
I don't like hot drinks.
What are your opinions of spanking children as disciplinary measures?
It's fine, I guess.
Yeah, it's fine as long as you're not like beating them with hairbrushes. What's the most dangerous?
Not big of a deal. Don't beat them about the head with a hairbrush.
Yeah. What's the most dangerous thing you'd ever consider doing? That's a tough question. Because I don't consider doing dangerous things very often at all.
Wrestling.
That has been the answer to like 18 questions.
Look, it's not a lie though. If like there was any chance whatsoever of being involved in wrestling in any regard, I would probably do it, and I wouldn't even care. There are a lot of guys that get really badly injured, and I don't really. It's not a deterrent to me.
Yeah, I'd like to. Now this is gonna sound very, very, very incredibly drastic, but I will go ahead and say by consider. There has to be like 20 layers of safety here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would like to at one point in my life experience skydiving, but that's like with having like a team of people, every single one of them having a regular parachute and a spare, and all of us being like attached to each other so that if one person's parachute goes down, probably mine, there will be 20 backups so that there could be zero chance of anything going bad. That is the only way I'll even consider it. Like,
I'm with you there.
Like I don't have a drive to do it at all. I'm really only saying that to answer the question. Because I can't really think of anything. But that is if I had to say skydiving, it would be under those conditions and then I'd consider it.
Yeah.
And it'd have to be free.
Okay. Yeah. God knows that I did a lot of dangerous wrestling stuff as a kid. So
yeah.
I'm not really.
I guess that's fair enough.
So that's why I think it's whatever.
Yeah.
Skydiving, I'm not afraid of because of all the safety rigs. I'm not even. I mean, I'm scared of heights really bad, but I think I could deal with skydiving because I'm like literally everyone's done it. That's the same reason I convinced myself to get on a roller coaster. Is like whoever fell off a roller coaster, like almost nobody. So
yeah.
All
right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. And if that person over your shoulder is like, dude, you've been like closing your eyes and with your headphones in for a long time now. What have you been doing? What are you listening to? Just look them in the eye and say, "Go away, Jim. It's just a podcast."